Now, the most encouraging thing is not only do we have members of the co-op, but we have all of you. We have an advocate for housing here. Where's Terry? Hi, Terry. How's it going? So at this time, I want to introduce Terry, and I'm so thankful everybody's here. And let's make housing a right in this state.
Hello, everyone. I am not only a housing advocate, I'm also a community member, so I live it. A plan to spend $1.13 billion, right? This is about rights and equality. We are in a state of emergency for Rhode Island's homeless population. Why hasn't it been declared by our governor? I'll declare it. We are in a state of emergency for our homeless population. Let's get our homeless population housed. 10% is not going to cut it. This is not chess. This is not checkers. This is not monopoly. Our communities have suffered long enough for lack of funds. But today, with $1.13 billion, tenants in Rhode Island are still unprotected from becoming homeless. There was no protection against evictions during a pandemic in Rhode Island, and money does not expunge an eviction from a tenant's record, which is a barrier to obtaining housing in the future. Evictions with no landlord remediation are happening. We need a remediation program. I also want to note that evictions do affect your credit score. I say we address the housing crisis at hand, address the overlapping issues at hand, which should not require a plan. Come on. In a world where the rich have everything they need to survive in excess, in our low-income, BIPOC, and marginalized communities, and communities have nothing. Redlining and gentrification still exists. And still, communities have nothing. Not even a moratorium to protect tenants in this overlapping housing crisis. No matter how much housing we build, without tenant protection from having an eviction record, the number of unhoused families will grow. Crime will rise. Mental illness will rise. More people will become sick. Death will happen. Poverty will continue to grow. And environmental dangers will emit themselves in our living spaces and at work. The atmosphere will change because it's being neglected. 10% will not cut it. Come on. Yep. Let's get to spending and allocating to communities that have been hit the hardest. We have arrived at the junction to do what's right to bring Rhode Island where we need to be with economic structure. Housing for all, whether we rehab or we rebuild. We need eviction. We need an eviction defense and the rehousing of families who have been displaced by evictions. Homes for the unhoused and wraparound services for families and individuals. Emergency housing for vulnerable communities, unhoused and paroled. Eviction defense. Again, landlord-tenant remediation. These are relationships that have gone sour, and at the blink of an eye, you are evicted over something small. And it's destroying communities. The future of Providence has to demand its way with direct actions and protests for rights that should be equal to everyone.
That's right.
What do we want? More than 1 point. All right, what do we want? We want more than a 10%. We want 1.13 billion. When do we want it? We want it now. It's time to place your faith in the structure given by the survey of the American Rescue Plan that the communities hit the hardest have participated in. Your answers are already there. We don't need a plan. 10% is not going to cut it. Thank you.